In this lecture, we are going to talk about industrial product cycle. So, what do you mean by industrial product cycle? Industrial product cycle is nothing but sequence of operation which are involved in design of the product to manufacture of product and sending the product out in the market. So, what are all the steps of or different stages that are involved from designing a product to the end of manufacturing the product and sending out? This all step come under industrial product cycle. So, this industry product cycle consists of two main phases. One is design phases. The second one is manufacturing process. So this design phase is again divided into number of steps which start from design, need, identification and end with design documentation stages. Then manufacturing phase starts from process planning and then set the packaging of this particular end product. Now coming to the design phase. So in that design phase we have multiple steps. So the first step is nothing but design needs. Second step is design specification and third step is feasibility study. So now what is design need? Design need is nothing but let us say you want to design a product named X. So you need to go into the market and study whether there is a need for a product to the name the X in the market or not. And once you have determined that there is a need for that product X in the market, then you will change it to the second stage or come to second stage where you are going to define the specification of this design or product X. So for example, if you want to say example specification like this should be the dimension of the product or weight of the product should be under G or 2 Cg. Likewise, what is the functionality of the product? You will define all those things in the design specification stage, and once you completed the design specification stage, the next stage is called feasibility study with the collection of information stages. So what is feasibility study? There are number of type of feasibility studies like economic feasibility, manufacturing feasibility, design feasibility and other lots of feasibility studies. So we will take the example of economic feasibility. What is economic feasibility? Let us suppose I am going to design this product name X and then I am going to produce it and then sell it to the customer. Then as a company I will try to see whether I can produce enough number of product at a very low cost and sell them at a nice profit or not too large amount of consumers, so that whatever the time and cost that I have incurred while designing the product as well as manufacturing the product are going to be recovered or not. So this is one of the example of feasibility study which is related to economics. Likewise, a number of other type of feasibility studies also will be there, and once the company has finished all the feasibility studies that it wanted to study and then thinks the product X can be feasibly prepared or manufactured, then they will go to the design conceptualization phases. And let us say this is the fourth stage in that stage phase of industry product cycle or industrial product cycle. Now in the design conceptualization stage, what we are going to do is we are going to simply translate whatever the ideas that are there in our brain into a computer using the software called CAD software, which are nothing but computer aided design software. So what will happen here? Whatever the thought we are having in the brain, we will try to translate them into virtual product inside the computer so that we can feel it. Now how the form and how the shape of the product or the design might be. So Once we create the CAD model, the next step is to analyze those models. And once we analyze the models, what will happen is we are going to filter out all the necessary features, or we are going to filter out all the unwanted parts. So analysis of the model, it may be static analysis, or it may be contact analysis, or assembly analysis, or interface analysis. There are lot of type of analysis that a particular person can perform on the product, but it will be based on what is the functionality of the product. And this is the first stage where the concept of C, or let's say computer aided engineering software, comes into the role in that design process. So this is where CS software are used. And once the analysis of this particular model is done, based on the analysis results, we are going to finalize the entire design, and here also we will be using CAD software here. So once we have finalized the entire design, then we will do is we will one more time perform the design and analysis, and then we will try to optimize that design. So optimizing design means keeping all the constraints constant. What we will do is we will try to improve the design through process of optimization. And once we are done with the optimization phase, we are going to go that design evaluation phase. And in the design and analysis optimization phase also, we are going to use a lot of computer aided engineering software that are key software. And once this is done, the next stage of design evolution, we are going to prepare physical prototype and then perform experimentation and see that the product X is going to work according to our requirements or not. And if it is going to work, then we are going to finalize that design. And this is also the time where we are going to use the C software for advanced analysis of the experimental result as well. So there is another stage we can use case softwares, and once this particular stage is done, then we are going to go the design documentation stage, where extensive use of CAD will be done. Computer aided design will be done, and using this computer aided design software and other software, a lot of documentation regarding the design as well as 2D drafting documentation, which will help manufacturing person to produce the part physically, will be produced in this particular stage. And once this stage is done, the next stage is called as the process planning stage. This is the stage where extensive use of computer aided manufacturing software will come into play. So this process planning stage will include different steps like production planning, how to produce a part, to what level a part should be produced, etc., etc. type of things, and the design and the procurement of new tools. So if there is any requirement for a specific type of tool that are to be developed for producing the product or not, or we can use the existing tool or not, at all these things will be decided in this phase, as well as the material of what material to order, what material to acquire, everything will be decided. And then the CMC programming and C programming, all this type of thing will be done in the process planning stage. And once this particular process planning stage is completed, then the next thing is the director production. Once this production is done, they will go through the quality control. So whatever the product that we are going to produce in the production, they will go through the quality control. And in this stage, what happen, we will see whether the product that we produce physically is able to meet our quality standard or not. And if once the product is going to pass the quality standard specified by us, then what will happen is it will go into the packaging stage, where product will be packaged in different material and different means, and then they will ship to the customer. And once they ship to a consumer, the marketing people will take action and try to market and sell as many products as possible. And once the, and once this marketing people get feedback from the consumer as well as the seller, so what will happen is we will try to use all that feedback in producing a new product, and this information will be feed again into the design need or design is identification phases for a new product or improvement of the existing product. So this is what a basic industrial product cycle look like. And remember, this is a very brief introduction of the entire design process. Sometime for a few products it may include some extra steps, or let's say repetition of steps, or may also be depth. But this is what is an overview of industrial product cycle. Thank you.